We may not know the exact cause of the explosion for several days, but we wanted to know what investigators may be looking at as a possibility for this explosion. We've asked Steve Ambro with AP Inspections to tell us what he'd be looking for if he was out there this evening or this afternoon. Steve, thanks for being with us. More and more, it may be a gas explosion. They're not saying that definitively. You know something about that, and I know we've talked already. What would be a common thing that you might look at that would lead you to believe that it was a gas explosion?
Being that the house was vacant, one of the things that you would look for is possibility that the gas was recently turned on. Now, the gas company would inspect it before turning it on to make sure the appliances were working. But let's say something malfunctioned in the furnace or one of the appliances. In a gas valve or the gas burner, you're going to have the gas flowing out of this when it ignites, and you're going to have the thermocouple. If the thermocouple fails, that's the fail-safe mechanism. It's going to allow the gas to keep flowing out of here.
So the gas would be coming right out of this area?
Right out of here, yes. And it's going to fill up the whole house.
And it looks like it could have filled up the whole house by the devastation that we're talking about. You mentioned another scenario to me, and I wanted you to share that with our audience as well. Another idea, another thing that the inspectors and investigators are going to be looking at.
One other possibility is if there was corrugated steel, gas line in the house, it went to a fireplace, and if someone had recently been looking at the house at the fireplace, turned it on or off, with that, if they didn't know which way he turned it off when the gas was off, they might have left it on.
I've got gas logs, and that is tricky because you don't know sometimes if it's on or off the way you're twisting it. There's no little sign there, so I can see how that could happen. Or
another thing, if there had been a recent repair with the corrugated steel gas line, as it comes through the boards of the house, they only require a plate to protect it as it goes through a stud or a wood member. As it goes through another area, if someone had driven a nail through a siding to reapply it, they may have nicked the line.
And you'd get gas that way.
Yes.
Now, what about all the people now who want to get back into their homes? What should they be doing? You know, some of them, they can't get back into their homes. Should they be going back in to take pictures? What should they be doing to protect themselves and their own property?
As they are allowed to get back in their home, or even if they're close nearby, the ones that consider some issues in their home, they should be taking pictures of their home and documenting the cracks, the fissures in their home. As they see them, they may grow bigger in the next couple of days. And they should look at those hairline cracks and then take a picture and date that picture. And then a couple days later, if it looks a little bigger, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, document that picture. Because as they start to get concerned about it or hire companies, and they hire the restoration companies, they want to make sure they have a structural division.
And you do that with pictures, as you're saying. Document, document, document. All right, Steve Ambro with AP Inspections, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We'll be back with more news right after this.